Right. So now what we're going to deal with here is the investigative component of this. All right. We have great guests. Callahan Walsh, yes, that family, co-host of In Pursuit with John Walsh, and the Coffindaffer, former FBI agent and NewsNation law and justice contributor. It's good to have you both. First of all, Brother Callahan, let me start with you. I asked the question because is a fairly confident escape. I'm going to get on top of this equipment. I'm going to get on this roof, and I'm going to have a waiting, rope to get down, tied up sheets to get down. The concern has to be, did he do this himself or did somebody help him? Because you got to figure out exactly how long his legs are to stay outside, right?
Right, and if he did this himself, then there absolutely is some negligence going on at that facility. I mean, here you have a guy at this jail. He's got to be the most wanted guy at that facility at that time. All eyes should be on him, and my understanding is that he was last seen at around 11 p.m., and he wasn't found out missing until the next morning, around 9 a.m. That's a real problem that we have here in the situation that gives him a leg up on law enforcement. That's that much more time he has to get out there, get the resources, change those clothes, because that picture right there is the last outfit he was seen wearing, that orange striped jumpsuit. So the more time that he's got, the more likely he's changing his appearance, he's changing his clothes, and he's got that one leg ahead of law enforcement at that point.
Now, when people say survivalist, Callahan, we don't really know what that means. And, being in the military reserves, ordinarily I would say I respect the service. But what could the level of sophistication mean? Just time he can stay without the need for supplies? There is a heavily wooded and very expansive area not far from where he escaped.
Absolutely. You have the Allegheny State Forest down there. It's gigantic. And as far as his survival skills, that's going to provide him anything from fishing, foraging, and hunting, and ability to build shelter. Those are the essentials that he's going to need to stay out there on the run. But it's the military experience that bothers me. Anybody can have those survival skills. That's going to keep him alive. But the military skills is what could possibly lead to the death of officers and hit that standout that he might ultimately have. That's my biggest hope, is that he's brought in safely.
Right. Now, Jen, of course, the biggest set of problems we're dealing with are things they don't train you to do in the military, which are rape and kill the mother of your child. That's the allegation. Arson, breaking in places. There's one report that a lady found a dead dog and missing men's clothes. They don't know if that's connected yet. Kidnapping an elderly couple. He left a note that said, to his father supposedly, that said, I don't regret what I did. I'm just upset about the kids. What does that all tell you?
Well, that tells me you have somebody that is truly unhinged and is capable of really anything. I mean, this level of violence, you've already murdered somebody. That's the accusation anyway. Rape, kidnapping. He's basically hit the pinnacle of what you can do to another human. So from that standpoint, he's very dangerous.
What does it mean that he said he's worried about the kids? And what does it mean that this seems as though it was his first set of criminal acts, at least detected?
Well, what set him off is what concerns me. We know that this was the mother of his child. We know that the arson occurred against an ex-girlfriend. So it seems like he has this anger and this femicide going on in his life right now, but yet he has some empathy, seemingly, for the child. So in any event, what this all translates to is he's very desperate. He's out here in this wooded area, and it would seem, Chris, that he's learned from the first time he went missing for 14 days before he was recovered, approximately, and he learned from that. I find it interesting he hasn't crossed state lines, at least that they know of. In other words, that way you don't have the federal contingent involved with the UFAP, an unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. So it's still in state hands, which is different in terms of resourcing, even though the feds are helping. So I just wonder if he's learned some things and if he's going to stay secreted in those woods, which is going to be near impossible to find him.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.